香港中文大學第92屆大會現在開始。The 92nd Congregation of the Chinese University of Hong Kong will now commence. 請起立。Please rise.奏國歌，請保持肅立並把帽子脫下。Please remain standing and remove your caps for the national anthem.
I declare this congregation open.
請就座。Please be seated. 段崇智校長今日未能出席典禮，深感抱歉，並恭賀各畢業生。今日將由香港中文大學常務副校長陳金樑教授代表段校長。Unfortunately, the Vice-Chancellor and President, Professor Rocky Tuan, is unable to attend the congregation and would like to send his sincere apologies and congratulations to the graduates. Representing the Vice-Chancellor will be Professor Alan Chan, Provost of the Chinese University of Hong Kong. 現在恭請署理校長陳金樑教授致辭。Professor Alan Chan, the acting Vice-Chancellor will now address the congregation.
Council Chairman, distinguished guests, dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a very warm welcome to the 92nd Congregation of the Chinese University of Hong Kong. Today, indeed, marks an important occasion in the history of the university. My warmest congratulations, also on behalf of our Vice-Chancellor, to the amazing class of 2023 graduates. You have spent your university years navigating through, shall we say, rather unusual and unkind circumstances brought on by the one-in-a-century COVID-19 pandemic. And you are graduating in the university's Diamond Jubilee year. Our 60th anniversary is an opportunity for the entire CUHK community to celebrate our history, our story, to reflect on our mission, our way forward, as well as our contributions to and impact on society. On 12th February this year, just behind where we are gathered today on the University Mall, more than 1,200 faculty members, staff, students, alumni, and community representatives came together to mark the commencement of this important anniversary year. That was the beginning of an 18-month program of over 120 celebratory events, including international conferences, lectures, concerts, exhibitions, and student-led activities. Just last night, for example, CUHK was deeply honored and privileged to host, in partnership with the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra, a special anniversary concert featuring the celebrated cellist Yo-Yo Ma. Maestro Yo-Yo Ma has a special affiliation with CUHK, as he is the nephew of our founding Vice-Chancellor, Professor Chaw Ming Lee. And moreover, he was awarded an honorary doctorate of literature in 1993, which was at that time our 30th anniversary. But beyond these events and celebrations, as important as they are, our 60th anniversary is about so much more. It is really about you. Today, dear graduates, you are joining the ranks of over 250,000 members of the extraordinary CUHK alumni community. When we were thinking about how best we could articulate CUHK's position in this special year, we concluded, we reached the slogan, if you like, of where great minds shine. And in Cantonese, 甲子連心，任重自遠. Both taglines do carry special meaning for each of you as you embark on the next chapter of your lives. 各位来宾，各位毕业同学，今年是香港中文大学创校60周年纪念。撰写校庆为今天的毕业典礼加添意义。在大学迈向新里程之际，各位毕业的同学也同时为你们的人生展开一段新的旅程。我期待你们社会会做出更多的贡献，带来更深远的影响。 各位毕业生在这一个重要的年份成为重大校友，意义非凡。69年，我们中文大学的校庆的口号是“甲子连心，任重致远”，寄予中大人心手相连，一起走過更寬更遠的路。各位嘉賓、各位畢業同學，香港中文大學創校60週年紀念，為今日嘅畢業典禮添上好獨特嘅意義。我衷心恭賀各位畢業同學踏上人生嘅新旅程，並期待你哋為社會做出更多嘅貢獻，同埋帶嚟更深遠嘅影響。大學60週年校慶嘅口號係甲子連心，任重致遠。各位畢業嘅同學，你哋而家已經係中大嘅校友，無論你哋喺邊一個崗位上邊，我都衷心希望大家中大人繼續攜手，走出更光芒、更廣、更遠，以博文約禮為根嘅道路。There is no question in our minds that you are all great minds. Aside from your academic achievements, your intellectual capability, we believe the education you received in CUHK has nurtured you to become socially responsible citizens, endowed with a capacity for critical thinking, empathy, kindness, and respect. These are the qualities that really make you shine. The approach of CUHK education is very much grounded in the values of Confucian scholarship and virtue, exemplified in the motto on which the CUHK Phoenix proudly stands: through learning and temperance to virtue. In traditional Chinese calendar system, 60 years represent the end of one cycle and the commencement of a new one. This carries immense importance in Chinese culture, for it symbolizes the intersection of time and the notion of rebirth. I think this is especially fitting for each of you as you graduate today. While all of you, of course, all of you are far from 60 years old, in many ways, the end of your studies in CUHK marks the end of a cycle and signals the birth of a new chapter in your lives, a new chapter of ascendancy. As you commence this new chapter, I would like to leave you, or rather in the words of the Vice-Chancellor, with a few thoughts on our hopes and aspirations for you at this most memorable and exciting time. Just as CUHK has evolved from its humble beginning as a teaching university on basically a barren hill to a modern, world-class, comprehensive university today, so has our country transformed on an extraordinary journey from a ravaged country a century ago to its role today as a major global economy, shining on the world stage as the world's center of gravity shifts to Asia. Higher education has also seen a revolutionary transformation. There are now actually more than 33 million students receiving higher education in our country, compared to just over 100,000 students back in 1949. University education has been a fundamental ingredient in the nation's social mobility and economic prosperity, and it will remain so. And in fact, it will gain increasing importance as the digital economy takes deeper and stronger roots. 香港中文大学教育除了让你们提升学术修养，更重要的是培养大家关心社会、有慎思明辨的能力，有同理心以及为善的心，懂得尊重他人，这都是让你们发光发亮的非常重要的素质，也是中大校训博文乐理的精神。在中华文化里面，一个甲子代表了一个周期的结束，一个新阶段的开始。今天大家毕业了，也代表人生新篇章的开始。中文大学在这60年来，在大学成员共同努力下，从一家坐落在一个荒芜的山岭上的年轻院校，茁壮成为在国际上负盛名的世界研究型综合大学。过去几十年，我们的国家也经历了非常快速的长足的发展。以高等教育为一个例子，我们的国家在1949年的时候，全国接受高等教育的学生人数只有11万人，如今人数已增长到3300多万。大学教育也是成为国家社会流动和经济繁荣的重要动力。各位同學，今日順利畢業，學術嘅水準毋庸置疑。中大嘅教育除咗提升你哋嘅專業知識，更為重要嘅係培養大家成為對社會有責任感、有能力慎思明辨，以人民嘅福祉為己任，以同理心、善心同埋尊敬他人嘅心，為世界帶嚟正面嘅改變。呢個都係中大校訓博文約禮嘅真義，令你哋可以喺世界上發光發熱嘅非常重要嘅素質。60週年又稱為一個甲子，代表一個週期嘅結束，同時代表新階段嘅開始。今日你哋畢業啦，標誌住求學嘅階段嘅結束，人生新篇章嘅開始。喺呢60年裏邊，大學喺所有嘅成員嘅努力之下，從一家坐落喺一個荒蕪山嶺嘅高等院校，茁壯成為喺國際上邊享譽盛名嘅世界級、世界研究型嘅綜合大學。與此同時，我哋個國家亦都喺過去數十年裏邊急速發展。以高等教育為例，喺1949年，全國接受高等教育嘅學生人數只有11萬人，而家人數已經增加到3300多萬。而大學教育、高等教育亦都成為社會、國家流動同埋經濟趨向繁榮嘅重要動力。Today, as you become a member of our alumni community, I extend to you an earnest invitation to remain closely involved with your alma mater and join us in our efforts to contribute to the next chapter of development of Hong Kong and of our country. This year, the university has set up 6 new academic innovation and entrepreneurship bases in Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. These bases provide spaces and opportunities for our alumni community to showcase and actualize their business ideas or their research credentials to our growing network of government, industry, and academic collaborators in China and around the world. It needs no further emphasis on the special role Hong Kong has to play in the nation's development and its global engagement endeavors. I often see Hong Kong acting as the critical conduit and the vehicle by which abundant opportunities move between China and the world. So does CUHK, playing that same role. Founded 6 decades ago with a mission to combine tradition and modernity and to bring together China and the West, CUHK is uniquely placed for the important calling as the engine to advance global collaborations, just as our forefathers have done since the very founding in 1963. So will we continue that mission with your support as the newest members of our alumni community. Dear graduates, you are about to embark on a profound journey and to assume greater responsibility in the global community. Please don't think about what you can do to make the world a better place for all. Be inspired by the world-renowned economist and sustainable development leader, Professor Jeffrey Sachs, who recently came to Hong Kong to CUHK to receive an honorary doctorate degree and address our first global conference on sustainable development. And he said, the world is not a zero-sum struggle in which one country's gain is another's loss. Countries and regions can achieve cooperation and mutual prosperity and work together towards common growth. Think also about another of our eminent recent honorary doctorate, Professor Kathleen Carrico, who was awarded recently the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine. Think about her perseverance, how she persisted in her dreams and ideals in the face of adversity to achieve greatness. As proud graduates of a university that stands at the forefront of addressing global challenges of our time, you have the knowledge, you have the skills, and you have the heart to play a critical and rewarding role. Step forward and think about the broader issues that demand our attention, the ravages of war, the exigent climate crisis, and the imperative for a sustainable world. In your pursuit of solutions to tackle these crises, always believe in the power of every single small action you take, for they have the potential to create a tremendous ripple effect, or in contemporary chaos theory, a butterfly effect, and make a huge difference. 各位同学，我希望你们已经做好准备，用好机位，尤其是国家发展所带来的无穷机遇。今年，香港中文大学在北京、上海和深圳等地方建立了6个新的基地，加强观察学研等等的合作，强大的内地网络，为大学成员，包括今天毕业的你们，提供丰富的发展空间。我相信你们都会找到适合自己的方式去贡献国家。不要看轻你们的力量，为每一个小小的行动凝聚起来，便能产生巨大的变化。记住一句名言：地球的太空船里面是没有乘客的，我们都是船上的船员。最后，我衷心盼望你们以后以校友的身份，继續與母校保持聯繫。香港有背靠祖國、面向世界嘅獨特優勢，亦都肩負聯繫中國與全球嘅重要使命。我哋創校以嚟，中大一直以結合傳統與現代， 融匯中國與西方為宗旨。今日你哋正式獲得中大學位，代表對中華文化嘅尊重，對創造美好世界嘅抱負。我希望你哋好好利用呢一把可以打通內地同世界之間嘅門嘅鎖匙，接通全球，履行社會責任，創造更好嘅世界。Dear graduates, the CUHK degree that you receive today represents a genuine appreciation of traditional Chinese culture, a capacity for critical thinking, a sense of social responsibility, and a strong awareness of the international global environment. Yes, the world may seem to be becoming increasingly uncertain. However, we have no doubt that all of you are wholly equipped and empowered to navigate the shifting sands of opportunity, to rise to the challenges of the future, and to make a positive difference in the world. As one famous saying goes, there are no passengers on spaceship Earth. We are all crew members. 祝愿各位毕业同学前程似锦，青雲直上。祝願在座各位身體健康，生活美滿。Once again, congratulations and our best wishes to all our dear graduates today. Thank you very much. Chan Tak-lam, Norman.
Hong Kong's financial services sector is pivotal to its strategic position within China, the region, and the world. Indeed, by 2020, it was contributing close to a quarter of the city's gross domestic product, nearly double that of 2 decades ago. We can be proud that our city is now famed as a financial capital with its 163 licensed banks and 8 pioneering virtual banks. Among them, as many as 78 of the world's top 100 banks call Hong Kong their home. In addition, over the last decade, Hong Kong has come to host the largest pool of RMB outside mainland China, enhancing the city's role as a springboard for foreign companies in accessing the China market and for mainland firms to go global, one of its key roles in the Greater Bay Area. This financial infrastructure is vital oil for the wheels of our economy and makes our daily lives more convenient, tapping a card to make a payment, shopping online or using the faster payment system to transfer money in an instant being just some of the obvious examples. It also means skilled jobs, with the sector last year employing around 267,000 people, 7.5% of the total employment in Hong Kong. However, the strength and resilience of our financial services sector is only made possible by astute policies and bold leadership. It thus gives me great pleasure today to present as an honorand one of its key architects, Dr. Norman Chan Tak-lam, the former chief executive of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, the HKMA, until he retired in 2019, and its founding executive director in the 1990s. Dr. Chan's journey from humble beginnings mirrors that of the city he was born into and the financial sector he would go on to lead. He grew up in a society without privilege in the post-war years, when squatter huts still covered Hong Kong's hillsides, and the territory had yet to provide basic housing for its rapidly increasing population. His parents, like many who'd recently migrated from the mainland, instilled in their family the principle that education was the way out of poverty. Through merit, Dr. Chan secured a place at the prestigious government school, Queen's College, when secondary schooling was not yet universally available. He thrived at school in the arts stream, and from there was thrilled to pass the entrance exam for our university's Chung Chi College. Without a career plan, he chose sociology as his undergraduate subject because it included more study in English. He experienced the wider world as an exchange student at Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia, in the USA, a place I know well myself, and graduated in 1976, becoming one of very few CUHK graduates at that time to join the government service as an administrative officer. After rotations through various departments, honing his versatility in always being ready to learn new things and ability to see the big picture, Dr. Chan finally found himself in the world of finance. That was in 1991, when he was appointed Deputy Director of Monetary Management at the Office of the Exchange Fund. It quickly became clear that the time was ripe for Hong Kong to have its own specialist monetary authority and talent, independent of the Bank of England umbrella. His role would include helping to establish the HKMA through a merger of the Office of the Exchange Fund and Office of the Commissioner of Banking. He left the administrative service in 1993 to become the new authority's founding executive director. Working outside the civil service, he could use a market system to recruit and retain staff and build the authority's reputation. During this period, Dr. Chan had his first experience of steadying a ship in times of tempest, intervening to protect Hong Kong in the Asian financial crisis of 1997. Working with the HKMA's then chief executive, Joseph Yam, they directed an unorthodox and initially much criticized market intervention to drive away the speculators attacking the Hong Kong dollar. Without this intervention, the financial sector would have collapsed, setting the economy back at least a decade. Dr. Chan has since staunchly defended the linked exchange rate system, which maintains the stability of the Hong Kong dollar. Dr. Chan remained with the HKMA until 2005, along with being executive director of the Hong Kong Mortgage Corporation from its incorporation in 1997. He would return 4 years later as chief executive, after a stint in the commercial sector with Standard Chartered Bank as its vice chairman, Asia, and then back in government as director of the chief executive of the HKSAR's office. As the HKMA's new chief executive, he needed to steer Hong Kong through the aftermath of the global financial crisis of 2008. Maintaining financial stability was his most important mission in the following years. For example, he sought to avert another dangerous property bubble through 9 rounds of counter-cyclical macroprudential measures, bit of a tongue twister, to tighten the supply of mortgage finance by banks, thereby enhancing the resilience of the banking system to cope with the downward cycle of the property market. With the foundations stable, he could lead the sector in its innovation. This combination has been the key that enabled Hong Kong to become Asia's premier financial center. At the policy level, closer cross-border collaboration paved the way for it to become a global hub for offshore RMB business. And as the digital revolution gathered apace, he took the daring view that Hong Kong had much more to gain by being an early adopter of the latest financial technology, or fintech, rather than waiting for others to lead. Standing still was never an option for him. Under his leadership, the HKMA launched smart banking initiatives, such as the faster payment system. Meanwhile, his readiness to license 8 virtual banks spurred digital innovation across the whole sector. While Hong Kong had developed into a major banking center, he did not forget that there were still some underprivileged citizens who did not have good access to the basic banking services. Reflecting his commitment to financial inclusion, he devised the Treat Customers Fairly Charter and persuaded retail banks to open or retain facilities in more isolated public housing estates when, elsewhere in the world, physical services were fast disappearing. As a firm believer that businesses need to embrace technology to thrive in the fintech era, he continues to promote innovation. Since retiring from the HKMA, he's founded 2 fintech companies, RD Wallet Technologies Limited and RD EasyLink Limited, that support small and medium-sized enterprises in accessing banking services and cross-border payments, and the Hong Kong Acquisition Corporation, which he chairs. He's multitasking still further by recently launching the Hong Kong Institute of Web 3.0, a cross-sector and non-profit organization to develop capacity in Web 3.0, which is the 3rd generation of web technologies that Hong Kong needs to secure its leadership in the global digital economy of the future. His contributions have been widely recognized. In 2012, he received the Gold Bauhinia Star, and in 2021, the William Bill Seidman Award for Lifetime Achievement in Leadership in the Financial Services Industry, amongst others. We are particularly proud that Dr. Chan is an alumnus of this university, and we're especially grateful for the services he is now giving back to us. As chairman of the Board of Trustees of Chung Chi College since 2021, and since April of this year as vice chairman of the CUHK Council. He's also a member of the Global Alumni Advisory Board. Meanwhile, he passes on his expertise to the next generation of leaders in finance as an honorary professor in CUHK's Faculty of Business Administration and as senior advisor for the Hong Kong Academy of Finance. It's no wonder that he has little time for the squash and golf he otherwise likes to play. We thus have many reasons to honor Dr. Chan for his immense achievements in serving the community within and beyond his career, always with an eye on the stability and prosperity of Hong Kong and on the future. Mr. Chairman, it is my honor and my pleasure to present Dr. Chan Tak-lam Norman for the Doctor of Social Science, honoris causa.
Mr. Chairman, I present Chan Tak-lam Norman for admission to the degree of Doctor of Social Science, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Social Science, honoris causa.
梁乃鵬、
孔子《論語雍也篇》曾說：己欲立而立人，己欲達而達人。意為一己立身處世，奮發圖強，亦願他人努力上進，意志堅定。一己卓然有成，顯達四方，更望後進，逆境自強，改寫人生。呢個係仁者將心比心，達己達人嘅磊落胸懷，更係一個智者啟迪後進、同臻至善嘅人風美德。梁乃鵬博士祖籍廣東東莞，自幼家境富裕，1949年遷居香港，家道中落，卜居長洲。梁博士年青時就讀於島上漢村小學同埋長洲官立學校小學，年方12，即因家境清貧，中途輟學，並於香港告羅士打酒店任職侍應，藉以幫補家計。然而梁博士深明唯有歲寒，方知松柏之後凋。君子身處逆境，更需刻苦上進。他憑藉堅毅嘅意志，公餘進修，自學英語，又藉與酒店外籍賓客傾談，磨練外語，並致力重返校園。1960年，他以20歲之齡入讀英皇書院中3級別。禮記學記常言：時過然後學，則艱苦而難成。然而梁博士不畏艱辛，寒窗苦讀，韜厲奮發，砥礪前行。不僅完成中學課程，更於1965年考入香港大學，修讀經濟及政治學，並於1968年順利畢業，隨即遠赴英倫，在英國吉爾福特法律學院進修律師執業文憑，並於1970年加入英國 Woodhouse Smith and Company 律師樓出任實習律師，前後不過4載寒暑，即取得英國執業律師資格。1972年回港，在希士廷律師事務所執業。1974年加入胡與胡律師事務所為合夥人，開展漫長嘅法律專業工作生涯，前後合共22年。期間律師事務所不斷拓展，事務所嘅發展蒸蒸日上，僱員由20多人增至120人。梁博士成為事務所嘅資深合夥人。1985年，佢出任香港城市大學校董，於1997年至2003年獲委任為該校校董會主席，並於2005至2016年出任大學副監督，於城市大學校董會職務服務長達18年之久，貢獻良多。城市大學為此授予榮譽法學博士銜。2016年，梁博士轉任香港中文大學校董會主席，為我校多項教研建設奠基立業，從酒店侍應到執業律師，從少年失學到歷任2所大學嘅校董會主席。梁博士回首往昔，不無感慨。我之所以能夠克服少年嘅困境，全賴沒有放棄接受教育嘅機會。我堅信，市民若有接受良好教育嘅機會，社會必然穩步發展。為此，他多次鼓勵身處逆境嘅莘莘學子，艱苦無需奮進，雨後信有彩虹。法律事業顯赫有成，轉移從商依舊輝煌。梁博士離開法律業務後，歷任多間上市公司嘅高級行政人員及董事，包括九龍巴士控股有限公司副主席、永隆銀行有限公司董事，以及電視廣播有限公司行政主席。現任載通國際控股有限公司、九龍巴士有限公司和龍運巴士有限公司主席及獨立非執行董事。新鴻基地產發展有限公司及南豐集團有限公司獨立非執行董事，管理有道，舉重若輕，深受企業集團嘅信任。梁博士卓然有成，不忘服務社會，立己立人，念在蒼生。半世紀以來，他積極參與公共事務，多所建樹，歷任民眾安全服務隊處長、大學教育資助委員會成員、房屋委員會委員、廣播事務管理局主席。孟子常言：謹詳序之教，慎之以孝悌之義。梁博士深悟其理，決意於故鄉東莞籌建理工學院。1986年出任東莞理工學院籌委會副主席、 學院於1989年順利落成，長序乃設，教澤公心。他更慷慨捐資於東莞金泰鄉興辦幼兒園及小學，復於甘肅省定西市捐助重建2所小學，並以父母家名冠名致念，孝悌之意超然可見。甘肅偏遠地區千百孩童從此可以接受正規教育，進而改寫人生。梁博士更贊助100多名學生到鎮內升讀中學，部分學生如今已然大學畢業，成就多方。梁博士於2015年出任中大校董，並於2016年至2022年獲委任為中大校董會主席，期間與中大教職員、學生及校友組織保持良好溝通，積極聯繫，並推動大學多項重要發展，慧眼高瞻，指示津遞，彼使大學同仁同心同德，汪洋浩瀚，揚帆邁進，教研成就，屢創佳績。梁博士亦統領中大制定中大策略計劃2021至2025，辟劃未來5年發展大計，又致力凝聚全球校友，合力推動大學持續發展，力臻卓越，任重志遠。梁博士立己立人，清高方潔，多年來在法律界、商界卓有建樹，並推動本港高等教育持續發展，達己達人，成就顯赫。先後獲香港政府頒授太平紳士銜、金紫荊星章、大英帝國勳章等。主席閣下，今天讓我們共同表揚望重士林嘅仁德長者，香港中文大學嘅領航先驅。本人謹恭請主席閣下頒授榮譽社會科學博士銜予梁乃鵬博士。
主席閣下，請頒授榮譽社會科學博士學位予梁乃鵬。
本人秉承大學所賦予之權力，授予你榮譽社會科學博士學位。
Helga Nowotny.
Mr. Chairman, due to unforeseen circumstances, Professor Helga Nowotny is unable to attend the congregation. The scientific research that has shaped modern humanity and upon which all our futures may depend, arguably requires 3 fundamental ingredients to thrive: funding, knowledge, and wisdom. Without funding, there is no research infrastructure or talent development, and without accumulating the knowledge gained from that research, there is no innovation. But now, more than ever, the world needs every decision to be guided by that 3rd ingredient, wisdom. And this includes 2 things often overlooked in the laboratory: an appreciation of the context in which the science is done, and an evaluation of its possible consequences. Here, science meets social science, ethics, and policy. Today's honorand has played a distinctive key role in the progress and understanding of scientific research, not only through her own studies, but by nurturing others through her leadership in research funding and policy across Europe. She is Professor Helga Nowotny, a former president and founding member of the European Research Council, the ERC, and Professor Emerita of Science and Technology Studies at the ETH in Zurich. Professor Nowotny has drawn upon a long career traversing law, sociology, and, most significantly, science and technology studies, or STS, in which she is a true pioneer. She's been deeply engaged in science and innovation policy, culminating in her role as president of the ERC from 2010 to 2013, after serving as vice president from 2007, the year it was first founded, as a pillar and source of science excellence within the European Union's Horizon Europe program. Previously, she'd been chair of the European Research Advisory Board, which played a key role in the creation of the ERC. As a founder and leader, she helped shape the ERC as a funding agency run by scientists for scientists, and embracing the social sciences and humanities, supporting primarily early careers in frontier research and interdisciplinary collaboration. Since 2007, it's gone on to fund more than 12,000 projects and over 10,000 researchers. More than 850 research institutions now host ERC award grantees, and they include 12 Nobel Prize winners. Professor Nowotny's credited her background in STS with making it easy for her to listen to scientists and to understand their work systems and needs and roles in society. So it's no surprise that she's been sought after for so many leadership and advisory positions. Today, these include being a foreign member of the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences, with the privilege to propose names for that most coveted of awards, the Nobel Prize, and as a member of the Board of Trustees of the Falling Walls Foundation in Berlin, dedicated to creating breakthroughs across borders and disciplines and connecting science and society, and of the Austrian Council and chair of the Scientific Advisory Board of the Complexity Science Hub in Vienna, amongst others. She's also a vice president of the Council for the Lindau Nobel Laureate Meetings, a leading forum for intergenerational and cross-discipline knowledge exchange. These roles in funding and policy have been complemented by her own research and publications, which include, most recently in English, the hugely topical book, In AI We Trust, Power, Illusion, and Control of Predictive Algorithms, which unpicks the role of and our ambiguous relationship with artificial intelligence, which she's described as developing to herald a new paradigm in human evolution in what she calls Digiland and across digital time. This builds on her previous research related to experiences of time and uncertainty. Her books include The Cunning of Uncertainty, which the Financial Times listed as one of the best of 2015, Naked Genes, Reinventing the Human in the Molecular Age, with Giuseppe Testa, published in 2011, and Insatiable Curiosity, Innovation in a Fragile Future in 2008, amongst many others. Professor Nowotny has been no stranger to uncertainty, having lived as a child in Vienna, Austria during World War II, an experience that left her curious to understand how the world works. With a supportive family and particular encouragement from her mother, she was one of relatively few women to proceed from school to the University of Vienna, where she studied law. She excelled, continuing to complete a doctorate in jurisprudence in 1959. At that point, she met an all too familiar obstacle. When she applied for a post as assistant professor in the Department of Criminology, she was initially opposed on the grounds of being a woman. She agreed with the Herr Professor that if a more capable man applied, then he should have the job. But the job became hers, an experience that later prompted her to conduct research on gender biases in science and pay special attention to addressing them in her leadership roles. It was chance that led her to switch to sociology after accompanying her husband in his move to New York in the mid-1960s. For want of alternative opportunities in law, she decided to pursue a PhD at Columbia University, where she was mentored by two of the founding fathers of modern sociology, Paul Lazarsfeld and Robert K. Merton. After completing her PhD, with her thesis focused on macro sociology and its methodology, got that one right, she returned to Vienna to be head of the Department of Sociology at their Institute of Advanced Studies. She's since held teaching and research positions at King's College, Cambridge, the University of Bielefeld, Wissenschaftskolleg zu Berlin, and École des Hautes Études en Sciences Sociales, Paris, among others. It was while spending a sabbatical year at Cambridge and acting as tutor for a course called Science, Knowledge and Belief that she broadened her knowledge of the sociology of science to anthropology and eventually anchored her interest in science and technology studies. Her twin track in international policy began when she returned to Vienna, where she became the director of a UN-affiliated social research institute in Vienna, the European Centre for Social Welfare Policy and Research. Her non-linear progression left her well-placed to contribute at the macro management and policy levels. Her own studies on our relationship with AI remind us how human evolution has been intimately linked to technology. The quest to extend our capabilities from innovation, from lighting the first fire to the invention of writing and onwards. In recent centuries, that technology has come to be underpinned and speeded up by ever-growing scientific knowledge. The impact now extends to the heart of modern life for better and worse. On the one hand, we struggle to contain the consequences of the development of the internal combustion engine, the atomic bomb, and algorithms that can manipulate our thoughts and deeds. On the other, we know, even from the work of research conducted in this university, that the new knowledge we create can do so much for human health and well-being and, if we heed the predictions on climate change, to protect this planet. Yet, we also now know that science doesn't just happen. It needs nurturing, understanding, funding, and, yes, regulating. This is where Professor Nowotny has had such an influence as a powerful advocate for an open, rather than determinatively confined future that humans can still shape for the better. Artificial intelligence will be a supporting tool that she calls to be regulated, just as we take for granted for so many other tools we use in our daily lives for our safety and to prevent misuse. AI cannot, after all, replace human wisdom. AI was actually the subject of a recent conference Professor Nowotny attended, where a haiku written by AI was used to organize the working groups. She recalls in AI We Trust that she found the result rather bland and unsatisfactory. So she decided to write her own in the plane on her way home. This one ended with the line, "Future needs wisdom." In these times, when the future holds so many uncertainties, despite the best predictive efforts of AI, we all need wisdom. Mr. Chairman, it's my great honor to present the citation for a leader and scholar of such immense wisdom, Professor Helga Nowotny, for the degree of Doctor of Social Science, honoris causa.
Mr. Chairman, I present Helga Nowotny in absentia for admission to the degree of Doctor of Social Science, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I admit Helga Nowotny in absentia to the degree of Doctor of Social Science honoris causa.
Hiện在由研究院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各博士學位。The Dean of the Graduate School will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Doctor and Master of Philosophy.
Graduate from Doctor of Medicine, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduate for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present to you the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Graduates from Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Music, Doctor of Nursing, and Doctor of Psychology, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Music, Doctor of Nursing, and Doctor of Psychology.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Graduates from Master of Philosophy, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degree of Master of Philosophy.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to the degree of Master of Philosophy.
現在由文學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各文學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Arts will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Master and Bachelor from Faculty of Arts.
Graduates from Master of Arts, Master of Divinity, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Music, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Divinity, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Music.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Graduates from the Faculty of Arts for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
現在由工商管理學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各工商管理學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Business Administration will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Master and Bachelor from Faculty of Business Administration.
Graduates from the Faculty of Business and Administration for the degrees of Master of Accountancy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Professional Accountancy, and a Master of Science. Please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Master of Accountancy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Professional Accountancy, and Master of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Graduates of the Faculty of Business Administration for the degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration and a Bachelor of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Bachelor of Business Administration and Bachelor of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
現在由教育學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各教育學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Education will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Master and Bachelor from Faculty of Education.
Graduates from the Faculty of Education for the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Education, and Master of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present the graduates for the Master of Arts, Master of Education, and Master of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Graduates from the Faculty of Education for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Education, and Bachelor of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present the graduates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Education, and Bachelor of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
現在由工程學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各工程學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Engineering will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Master and Bachelor from Faculty of Engineering.
Graduates from the Faculty of Engineering for the degree of Master of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degree of Master of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates the degree of Master of Science.
Graduates from the Faculty of Engineering for the degrees of Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
現在由法律學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各法律學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Law will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Juris Doctor, Master, and Bachelor from Faculty of Law.
Graduates from the Faculty of Law for the degrees of Juris Doctor and Master of Laws, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Juris Doctor and Master of Laws.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Graduates from the Faculty of Law for the degree of Bachelor of Laws, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Laws.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates the degree of Bachelor of Laws.
現在由醫學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各醫學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Medicine will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Master and Bachelor from Faculty of Medicine.
Graduates from the Faculty of Medicine for the degrees of Master of Chinese Medicine, Master of Clinical Pharmacy, Master of Nursing Science, Master of Public Health, and Master of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Master of Chinese Medicine, Master of Clinical Pharmacy, Master of Nursing Science, Master of Public Health, and Master of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Graduates from the Faculty of Medicine for the degrees of Bachelor of Chinese Medicine, Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Pharmacy, and Bachelor of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Bachelor of Chinese Medicine, Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, Bachelor of Nursing, Bachelor of Pharmacy, and Bachelor of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
現在由理學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各理學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Science will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Master and Bachelor from Faculty of Science.
Graduates from the Faculty of Science for the degrees of Master of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduate for the degree of Master of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates the degree of Master of Science.
Graduates from the Faculty of Science and from the programs in Mathematics and Information Engineering for the degree of Bachelor of Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduate for the degree of Bachelor of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates the degree of Bachelor of Science.
現在由社會科學院院長恭請大學校董會主席介紹各社會科學院碩士及學士學位。The Dean of Social Science will request the Council Chairman to present graduates of the degrees of Master and Bachelor from Faculty of Social Science.
Graduates from the Faculty of Social Science for the degrees of Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Social Science, and Master of Social Work, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Master of Architecture, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Social Science, and Master of Social Work.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Graduates from the Faculty of Social Science and from the program in Global Economics and Finance for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Social Science, please rise. Mr. Chairman, I request you to present graduates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Social Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
現在由副校長教育恭請大學校董會主席介紹各博士、碩士及學士學位畢業生。The Vice-Chancellor, Education, will request the Council Chairman to present the list of graduates for the degrees of Doctoral, Master, and Bachelor.
Mr. Chairman, I request you to present the list of graduates from the Chinese University of Hong Kong, Shenzhen, for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Philosophy, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science, and Master of Social Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
Mr. Chairman, I request you to present the list of graduates from the Chinese University of Hong Kong, Shenzhen, for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, and Bachelor of Science.
In accordance with the Senate's resolution, I hereby present these graduates to their respective degrees.
現在由研究院畢業生代表耿萌哲致辭。Mr. Geng Mengzhe, representative of the postgraduates, will now address the congregation.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Chairman, Vice-Chancellor, faculty members, fellow graduates, and esteemed guests. Today, I'm humbled and honored to address you all as we celebrate this momentous occasion. This year carries an even deeper significance as we commemorate the 60th anniversary of our prestigious university. Throughout my academic journey, I have had the privilege to spend 8 wonderful years at CUHK, completing both my undergraduate and PhD studies and growing from a teenager to a young scholar. Today, I stand before you filled with gratitude. Looking at the past years, our path has been anything but ordinary. We have faced unforeseen challenges, particularly the global pandemic. When the world came to a standstill, CUHK stood by our side, providing us with attentive support and care for both our studies and lives. We embraced the challenges head-on, adjusting to virtual classrooms, conducting research remotely, and finding innovative ways to collaborate. During those trying times, we displayed incredible determination, pushing through the uncertainties and persevering toward our goals. Today, we proudly gather here as graduates, celebrating our hard-won achievements. Now, let me take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to all those who have supported us unwaveringly along the way. To our esteemed professors and teachers, your extensive knowledge, passion for education, and tireless efforts have made a profound impact on our personal and academic development. You have challenged us, inspired us, and instilled within us a thirst for knowledge that will continue to drive us forward. To our cherished classmates and friends, your enduring companionship, encouragement, and support have created a sense of belonging that has nurtured us, giving us the strength to overcome obstacles and reach new heights. Our lifelong bonds will continue to sustain us as we venture into the unknown. To our beloved families and parents, your steadfast belief in us, selfless sacrifices, and unconditional love have been our pillars of support and constant sources of power. Today, we proudly share this achievement with you, knowing that it is as much yours as it is ours. Please allow me to say thank you to my parents and to my beloved Ms. Young. Graduation is not an endpoint, but a stepping stone to a future filled with endless possibilities. It is a reminder of our potential, resilience, and ability to overcome any obstacle. As we embark on the next chapter of our lives, let's carry the values we've learned here at CUHK. Let's remain connected, supporting and uplifting one another. Let's continue to learn and grow, to embrace challenges, and to never lose sight of our dreams. Let's remember that success is not solely measured by professional achievements. It is also defined by the lives we touch, the kindness we extend, and the positive change we inspire. As we bid farewell to our beloved university, let's cherish the memories we've created here. Let's hold on to the friendship we've formed, the lessons we've learned, and the experiences that have shaped us. Thank you, and congratulations.
現在由本科畢業生代表羅善恩致辭。Ms. Law Sin Yan, representative of the undergraduates, will now address the congregation.
主席、校長、各位來賓、各位老師、各位同學，大家好，我係嚟自新亞書院中文教育系畢業生羅善恩。大學4年轉眼就過去，回首一望，呢4年就有如披荊斬棘，困難重重。新冠病毒嘅肆虐，令到我哋嘅課堂都轉為網課，為啱啱升上大學嘅我哋帶嚟唔少嘅困擾。慶幸嘅係，我哋身邊有一班默默支持我哋嘅家長、老師同埋同學，佢哋毫不吝嗇咁給予我哋學業同情緒上面嘅支援，令到我哋可以順利咁樣完成呢4年嘅課程。今日我哋可以企喺呢度迎接人生嘅另一個階段，我謹代表全體畢業生向各位致以深切嘅謝意。回想起過去4年嘅大學生活，可以話係百感交集，當中有歡笑，有淚水，有講唔完嘅小組報告，有寫唔完嘅論文。仲記得為咗 Rap 科，我哋提早半個鐘打喺天文台時鐘，幾乎要將 refresh 掣撳爛先搶到心儀嘅科目。為咗功課，我哋披星戴月、廢寢忘餐，上映一部部進學園的日與夜。為咗喺 deadline 前交到論文，我哋又化身時間管理大師，將文學散步行成咗文學集步。雖然我哋成日都講笑話自己交嘅係學術垃圾，但我都深信冇當初嘅努力同埋堅持，我哋咁多位同學今日絕對冇辦法企喺呢度。因此喺呢度，我想請各位同學用最熱烈嘅掌聲去多謝過去嘅自己。各位同學，曾經嘅我哋懷住各自嘅理想嚟到中大，後來又抱住唔同嘅期望各奔東西。喺畢業呢半年裏面，我哋難免會經歷好多迷茫嘅時刻，有時候都會後悔大學嘅時候唔夠努力，要做嘅準備未做好，就咁俾時間推住踏入社會。間唔中聽到身邊嘅同事講起結婚、生仔、買樓嘅話題，又會覺得未來好似一眼就望到盡頭。但偏偏自己就唔知道要何去何從，有時候都會質疑現在嘅價值到底喺邊度。如話曾經講過，現在嘅價值在於已知嘅過去同埋未知嘅將來，而因此我哋無需要苛責過去嘅自己，要知道正係因為過去嘅每一個選擇，造就今日企喺呢度嘅我哋。同樣，將來係冇辦法預知㗎。咁所以，哪怕我哋嘅過去、現在再唔順利，都想請各位同學記住，我哋仲有時間，我哋仲有無限嘅可能性。我更希望各位同學帶住母校以及各位師長嘅期望，立足現在，回首過去，放眼將來。多謝大家。
I declare this congregation closed.
請起立。Please rise.